The mutual attraction was there from the get-go, but you've been embroiled in a toxic union and only just let go. Now, cliches are cliches for a reason, which is a cliche in itself, but it has to be said. I needed to be cautious for my own emotional and spiritual health. Possibly more so than yours, because in your state of fragility, you risk temporarily losing the ability to view things logically. And I knew it was a bad idea to get too close to you during this period of vulnerability. But it turned out I was the naive one, trying to convince myself we could continue the relationship platonically. Still, I tried not to overanalyze or be too pedantic when the friendship suddenly took on a whole new dynamic. I'd been caught by the wave. Now I could drown or keep riding it, but we had too much chemistry, there was no point in fighting it. And despite my insistence that breathing space was imperative for us to succeed, he tried to convince me that timing was relative, and we should live for the moment, seize the day, carpe diem. I look down at my pen and find it's writing cliches all over again. So now we're walking along blurred lines, and it's all ambiguous. We say we're not doing labels, but it feels ridiculous that society forces us into boxes. So when pressed to label it, I use another cliche. So we're friends with benefits. But really, there was more to it. The intimacy was just one of many facets. We lived hard. We laughed hard. We played hard. But fuck skeletons in your closet, you had a whole graveyard. Opened the door to me slightly, but I didn't force it. I knew in due time I'd discover all of your rotten corpses. And my vision of you has become somewhat distorted and contorted. The cynic in me never expected it to last. Said you're trying to move forward with one foot stuck in the past, which inevitably caused you to stumble and trip, and fall face first into your previous relationship. And while she had you by the ankle, you could barely remain standing. Her bed was your crash mat, it provided a soft landing. You may have history, but she can't be your legacy. You find comfort in the familiarity of her body, when you previously sought refuge in mine. You found yourself conflicted, said my kisses were addictive, but you didn't want to be restricted, and said you couldn't make up your mind, so I made the decision easier for you by removing one factor from the equation. In spite of my hesitation, put an end to our liaison. Overwhelmed by human desire, this was our baptism of fire. But it transpired that you required more than one woman alone could give you. Went back to her, but still wanted us to continue. Unleashed the snake within you. You thought you were my forbidden fruit? Nah, you were the serpent in my Eden. The signs were there all along, but I refused to read them. Ignored my highway code and continued driving blindly along this open road. But I'm getting off at the next exit and leaving you and her to decay in your cesspit.